Our first inductee, Lisa Berardinelli, the class of 1987. To tell the story of Watertown field hockey, and this will be one of the earliest of many field hockey inductees. But all of the discussions must give a fair amount of ink to the 1986 state championship squad. And therefore, the major topic of that discussion should be Lisa Berardinelli, halfback anchor of Eileen Donohue's defense, which allowed just 7 goals in 23 games en route to glory. That isn't all there is to Lisa's story. She was a three-sport standout at Watertown. On the track, she was a stellar miler and a force in the 2-mile run, the discus, and the 4x440 relay. She captained the squad in her senior season and earned mention as a Middlesex League All-Star. On the basketball court, she started at guard, leading the 1986-87 squad to a 15-3 regular season record. She scored 23 points in the season final against Belmont, which clinched the tournament slot. The Raiders made it to the Division II North sectional semifinals before being knocked out in the second-round nail-biter. Still, without field hockey, the town would have missed a great performance by a great player for a great team. Lisa had been captain of the freshman team and a star in the Bay State's games. But her junior year at Watertown High School, she made it into the state tourney, only to be knocked out in the first round. But then Coach Donohue came to town. They didn't know how good they were, she said. But under her team-oriented system, soon they and the league and the town began to realize just that. With tri-captain and all-scholastic Lisa Berardinelli at halfback, providing leadership, chipping in 6 goals, and most crucially, shutting down opponents' offensive sets, the Raiders turned in a 12-1-5 regular season. The only loss was to Division I powerhouse Melrose. The first game of the state tournament, Lisa scored the only goal in a 1-0 win over Ipswich. The Watertown Sun said that she excelled at both ends of the field throughout the day. When Ipswich tried to mount an attack, Berardinelli was there. When Ipswich got close to the Watertown net, Berardinelli was there. And when Watertown needed to keep the ball in the Ipswich zone, Berardinelli was there. She always seemed to happen upon the scene at precisely the right moment. In the next round, the Raiders bumped off top seed Amesbury 2-1, and the march was on. In the semifinals, Wilmington fell 1-0, and Lisa, along with Nancy Burke, was the anchor of a stingy defense. The next time out, a 2-0 blanking of Manchester that was not as close as the final score. The state title game was against Milton, entering the contest 20 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties. It was one of highlight reels. After a scoreless first half, Milton broke through late for a 1-0 lead. But with the defense holding firm, the offense kept the ball alive in the Milton zone, and with just 4 seconds to play, Jeannie Manelli redirected a Kathy Gooden shot into history. Then in the third overtime, Judy Mendill scored, and Watertown rejoiced. As the Watertown press Bob Ford put it, the team had an impossible dream that by intensity and drive became the possible and the realized dream. After graduating from Watertown High School in 1987, Lisa went on to join the University of Massachusetts perennial top 10 field hockey program. The results were just as predictable, which is to say, outstanding. In her 4 years, one as captain, UMass made it to 4 NCAA tournaments, gaining the Final Four in 1987 and finished 3rd in the nation. Lisa was named the team MVP into the Atlantic 10 tournament team and as a regional All-American. She participated in the Olympic Festival in Oklahoma City and was 3 times invited to the national team selection camp. These days, Lisa is still heavily involved in field hockey, though from the bench. She served as head coach of the Northeast squad in 1997 Bay State Games and is currently coaching in the United States Field Hockey Association Futures program. Further, from 1994 to present, she's rejoined Coach Donohue as an assistant coach at Watertown in the field hockey program, which means she has been part of 2 more state championships over those 4 years. She has extraordinary dedication to her sport and a great will to win, but she describes herself as a team player. On Coach Donohue's teams, there were no stars. But that's the way these best stories come out. That's what you end with. A great player, a great competitor, an All-American in every way, Hall of Famer from the class of 1987, Lisa Berardinelli.
I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee and the town of Watertown for this special moment. I am honored that I am being selected along with such an outstanding group of athletes and individuals. Participating in sports has always been a major part of my life, and this award truly means a lot to me. I've always enjoyed the competitive spirit and dedication it takes to be successful. While in high school, I participated in field hockey, basketball, and track. I enjoyed all three sports and have memories that will stay with me a lifetime. I believe athletic competition complements any individual. Being part of a team provided social interaction that has helped me in all areas of life. My experience as an athlete were rewarding. Through sports competition, I discovered my talents which helped me develop a positive sense of myself. To this day, I continue to enjoy all that team sports had to offer. The friendships, excitement, competitiveness, and championships. I am very fortunate to have had such a positive experience at Watertown High. I am also very fortunate for the teachers, coaches, and teammates I had. I have many fond memories of the Watertown school system academically